Kevin Williamson introduced us to Dawson and Pacey, then Sydney and Gale. Now he's got a new series with characters like Kane and Harlan and Diller and Belle. The Waterfront is a new crime drama on Netflix, and it feels just a tad familiar. So is it worth the watch? As their storied North Carolina fishing empire decays, the damaged Buckleys grapple to revive their imperiled maritime heritage. So if you're into Munchies, stick around to the very end of the video as I have got something new to try out. This stars Holt McCallany, Melissa Benoist, Jake Weary, Maria Bello, and Topher Grace. Now, the storyline and the overall plot, they feel extremely familiar as we watch a powerful legacy family in a smaller town get in over their heads with drama and bad guys, all in the pursuit of greed masked as protecting the family estate. I mean, seriously, if you've ever seen Bloodline, Ozark, funny enough, even the more recent dramas like The Perfect Couple or The Better Sister, The Waterfront presents so many of the same beats and plot points that it's difficult not to just find this as a bit drab and dull. And that dullness, it doesn't come from the acting. Holt McCallany, Melissa Benoist, and Topher Grace, they help prop up the spiritedness and excitement within the story. I mean, they are overdramatic at points, especially Grace. I'm going to get to him specifically in just a minute. But their melodrama, it fits within the context of the overarching arc. And Jake Weary, unfortunately, he's kind of a bump on a log for so much of this. I know what he was going for, this guy who's torn between doing the right thing and then the wrong thing, and then also doing the wrong thing for semi-noble reasons. I say semi because if you really boil it down, it all goes back to the familial greed and then maintaining a posh lifestyle that maybe you just don't deserve. Most of the acting in this is fine. I mean, again, for a blown out of proportion melodrama. All of the responses, they're exaggerated, and they're designed to be explosive in just about every circumstance. That way they amp up supposed drama or intrigue. And that's where we get to Topher Grace. I swear he's done the exact same character before. Snarky and playful, with a dark and mean streak, all while speaking with this smarmy and condescending tone. And as the audience, we can see right through him. Thankfully, some of the characters do too, but the characteristics he's directed to portray make him more silly and laughable despite him having some hidden brutality. And I'm not sure which of his other characters are like this, but he just left me with this sense that I had seen him do this whole shtick before. Now, there's not much mystery in this series, and I don't think it was really going for one. I mean, the storytelling obscures some elements mildly, but the reveal comes pretty quick after something. So it's not like the writing is just trying to pull a fast one on us. And although the dramatics are high and they're overblown, it's the lack of character introduction and development that really harms the show the most. I mean, we get small bits of background or insight as the story progresses, but the story is so intent on thrusting us right into the action and turmoil, we don't get the necessary time with the players to form a connection. And I know that because this is a story filled with damaged and flawed characters, we're supposed to feel some conflict around the personas. Do we like them? Do we hate them? Do they even have redemptive value or opportunities? From the outset, the answer to most of the characters is I'm not really enamored with them, and I'm not sure they're even worth cheering on towards change. I felt that way about pretty much everybody throughout the entirety of the series. But some I did end up liking, but more as kind of an anti-hero than anything. McCallany's patriarch character of Harlan is not a good guy in the slightest, but for all his numerous flaws, the no-nonsense tough guy bit, it fit him and it worked well. From a morality standpoint, the dude is trash, but he's also crafty and dryly sarcastic, so I enjoyed the performance. Maria Bello is a good even-keeled contrast to McCallany, providing a bit of calm wisdom when the rest of the family loses their ever-loving minds. And I'm not sure I liked how Bello's character of Belle is only given the appearance of strength. Every time she makes a decision or initiates a plan, a dude in her life has to come and either help her out or validate her choices. She is decisive and forward-thinking, but she's also written to endure the never-ending stream of crap that her family creates. And she's probably the only character who has just about everything together and can hold her own if given the opportunity. But the writing positions her to be consistently dependent on the men around her for any form of success and then dictates that she must be the one to acquiesce when she shouldn't have to. Now, I think when all was said and done, the only character I found myself rooting for and then hoping would enact positive change in their life was Melissa Benoist's character of Bree. I mean, she's far from perfect and does a lot of sketchy things, but we're also given insight into how she might have gotten so far off the path. And I know I did say that we didn't really get any background development on most of the characters, but we did eventually get some on Bree. And it came in the latter part of the show, but it did work to inform on her decision-making, which then enabled her the opportunity to choose whether or not she would pursue positive growth. But with that said, she also falls into sort of the same category as Bello's Belle. I mean, she's constantly discounted as a mother, sister, mom, decision maker, and then just generally as a woman, despite showcasing an inner strength and resolve just like Belle. Now, there are two other characters within the show that are tangential arcs that serve more as distractions and padding within the plot than they do to enhance the story. First is Umberly Gonzalez's character of Jenna. Now first, she was most recently in the second and third seasons of Netflix's Ginny and Georgia, where she played a high school senior. So it was a bit difficult to then watch her in this as a 30-ish something getting involved in trysts with other characters. Now I am pretty sure that the actress is closer in age to her character in The Waterfront, but to have her appear in two Netflix shows that release so close together, it's just kind of a bit off for me. And her inclusion in the story, it works to add some complications for other characters, but the plot, it's already packed enough with schemes and busyness that this just wasn't needed. The other character is Sean, played by Rafael Silva, and he's fine in his role, but just like with Jenna, the addition of Sean to the overall arc doesn't work to add meaningful depth. I mean, in one sense, it makes a character look even more terrible than they already do. And then the tension that's created by the character, it's unnecessary with everything else that the family, and then by extension us, is dealing with. I mean, I could see adding both Jenna and Sean into the second season, if there is one, just to allow for a different type of emotional and familial strain. But for this season, it was just added fluff. Now, despite this being a drama, there's a fair amount of action and a surprising amount of gory violence. I mean, the blood spurts we see aren't really convincing, and they're clearly CGI. But a few of the actual deaths we watch, they're gnarly and gruesome. And again, this was just something completely unexpected. And if you haven't guessed it already, the story progression, it is extremely predictable and obvious. Now, some of that doesn't necessarily equate to a negative. But because of these factors, the storytelling, it just feels drawn out, with extended antagonism included just to fill in some space. There is a certain level of comfort when you know where a story's leading, and some of those are either the guilty pleasure binges or just simply shows that we can become mindlessly immersed in. But with 8 episodes that are a little less than an hour apiece, that comfort wanes pretty quickly and turns to boredom or at least disinterest. So overall, The Waterfront mimics many other family-themed crime dramas, but skimps on character development, leading to an unengaged attachment with the players. The melodrama is overblown, creating tense verbal and physical standoffs, with most only resulting in shouting matches rather than decisive action. The acting is sufficient for the production, and when it's ineffective, the fault lies in the direction rather than the performer. Repetition, predictability, and an overstuffed storyline make this a ho-hum viewing experience rather than something dynamically engaging. If you're really in the mood for compelling, intense family drama, there are better options available. There's sex, nudity, a ton of profanity, and a bunch of violence. I give Season 1 of The Waterfront 2 out of 5 couches. So what crime dramas have you enjoyed watching? I mean, they don't even have to involve families, but I would just love to hear about them in the comments below. Okay, I know you have all been just waiting breathlessly for this part. Now for the Munchies. I have got 2 things. They're the same but different. That makes sense, right? So this is Bauducco. They're wafers. Chocolate, vanilla. Can you see those? Yes, you can. Okay, there we go. I don't know my right from my left. We're going to try these out. I got these at Sam's Club. They came in a big pack, so there was 10 of each. We'll see what they're like. I got the vanilla here in my hand. I'm going to try that. And actually, here, let me just pull out the chocolate one too, so you can see them both at the same time. And then there's a lot of noise. Sorry, that is just terrible crinkling. Okay, hopefully, okay, there we go. Vanilla, chocolate. That is not a big difference in color. I mean, even... Oh, because they're both white on the outside, kind of. It's the middle that's the different. Now you can see it. Yeah. And it's just crumbling all over me. Okay. First, vanilla. I mean, it's a wafer cookie. It's, like some of these are like $1 at the store, for a big thing of them. I like the pink ones when they're the like the Neapolitan. I know it's Neapolitan, but come on, Neapolitan is so much funner. So much funner? So much more fun to say. But anyway, enough. Vanilla. All over my ham. It's fine. It's bland. Mild vanilla. Definitely coating the roof of my mouth. Not disgusting. Not awesome. I do think I like the little cheapy ones that you get at just like the no-name ones, you know, in the grocery store. Eating some of the crumbs that have fallen on me because, you know. Okay. My mouth is just coated in weird chocolate now. Has almost a slight coffee taste to it, which I like coffee. So that's not a big deal at all. If you don't like coffee, that could be a game changer for you. Again, it's coating the roof of my mouth. It's not a strong chocolate taste. Both of these very mild. I mean, you could eat them or have them with coffee, tea, just as a snack. I don't think, though, that I would eat an entire pack in one sitting. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 little wafers in each of these, and then I got 10 of each. So that's what, 200, if my math is right. I don't know if my math is mathing or not, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, but Bauducco wafers, vanilla and chocolate. If you like a wafer cookie, not too bad. Yeah, I would eat these again. Again, though, with that said, I would go and get the super cheap ones at the grocery store that are no name and that are brown, red, and white. So there you go. All right. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.